I read the news today, oh boy. I found a master tape. Go. Okay, guys, so you've seen the title. You got a glimpse of this. Afterwards, we're gonna take a better look. What is this video all about? Very simple. A fantastic catch. The reason why you should keep a reel-to-reel recorder around. You never know. So what happened? Yes, I found a true, original master tape copy of the Beatles' Sgt Pepper. As you all know, in the past, in other videos, I underlined the fact that you must keep your eyes open. You never know. Incredible things can hit the market all of a sudden. And yes, you can find original production copies, personal copies, things like that. Sometimes even master tapes, if they're not incredibly renowned, true master tapes, incredibly renowned albums. And sometimes also true master tapes, as we will see in a future episode. In any case, apart from this, today we are going to take a deep look at copies, okay? Probably, I would say personal copies or working copies. Not that easy to understand. Most probably, it's just a personal copy. Though there's a lot of detail on these tapes. A little too much detail for being just a normal personal copy. But let's take a step backward and try to understand what happened. So I was just, every once in a while, I check master tapes here and there, and I found this incredible ad on Reverb that they were selling this copy of a master tape. Where? On the Modest Mouse shop. Yes, I don't know if you're familiar with Modest Mouse. It's a famous, mainly in the 90s, but still is famous rock band, and they sell their stuff there a lot of times. And one of the items was this copy of Sgt Pepper, which belonged actually to the frontman of Modest Mouse, that is Isaac Rock. And in fact, that was very nice because they also gave me a certificate, just to say that this is something that it belonged to them, okay? That doesn't mean it's 100% sure that these are originals, but it is absolutely clear, and afterwards, when we're going to take a deep, closer look, I'll explain better why these are, no doubt, in my opinion, true copies. Okay, so let's start to give a little more of information here. So these are copies coming from Capitol Records, meaning the US versions, okay? So we're already distant from the original master tape at EMI in London, in the UK, as we all know. So that's already a generation. And these are the masters copy coming from the production masters. So we should be 2 generations away from the original, maximum. So not bad, not bad. Okay, unless they made another master along the road. Why am I saying this? Because if you take a look at the catalog number, once again, after in just a few moments, we'll take a better look. It says SMAL-2653, 1 and 2 for the 2 tapes, which is, I went online a little bit and checked on Discogs, etc., etc. It belongs to Capitol Records, vinyl records that were reissued of Sgt Pepper more or less from 69 to 76. That is what I found. Now, please chime in, experts like Michael Fremer or anybody else that has more information, Beatle maniacs. I know you're there. If you have more information on why. Also because there is this, if you go on forums, they say there is the catalog number is misspelled, but even this is absolutely present in Capitol Records archives, we could say. The reissues from 69 to 76. That is at least what I have found. So how much did I pay this? not that much. It's expensive, clearly, but not as much since we're talking about Beatles and Sgt Pepper. Absolutely. The final price was €982, meaning roughly, no, at that time it was $1,000. Clear and simple. Wow. Okay, so let's take a closer look now, and after I'll come back to talk a little bit more about the sonics and other stuff. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys, here we are, finally. Tape number 1 and tape number 2, clearly, one for each side. So let's take a look at one, also a closer look. I'll try to zoom if something isn't clear. Now, first of all, let's examine the box itself. It's an AGFA tape, the PEM 468 Pro, very good tape. That was in use in that period of time when they probably did the dub. We have the exact date right here, the 23rd of December 1980. Yes. And let's see what is written here. So on the top it says the artist, the Beatles. Okay. Program, it says Geo Martin ? Which obviously stands for George Martin. Speed 15 inch per second. NAB equalization, which makes perfectly sense. No Dolby, hugely written. It's stereo. It's a stereo version. As you can see here, it's a 2-track tape. We have this writing here. It says 117/142 key EN, which I have no idea what is that for, actually. Then we have, obviously, the program here. And it says, once again, 15 inch per second, equalized copy. And it also has the tones at head. So that's already something very interesting, very useful. Also, the presence of the tones are something that declares authenticity. This label is clearly, I can feel it's the grooves here of the typewriter. So it's not something printed. It's something typed on. It has clearly all the logos of Capitol Record. It's a true label. It's not a piece of paper with some glue on it. These are all good indexes. And here there's also a very interesting note. I think you can see it. It says, from what I understand, original parts. It seems cut, or maybe it says something else, but it seems cut 4/26/67, meaning the original was cut in 1967. I think that is somehow telling us what is the true original master tape, which obviously was in 67, or the true original production tape. And this is something that came afterwards, or this is the original from when they got the copy. Very difficult to say. Very difficult to say. Nothing on the back. Let's take a look to the tape itself. Okay. Very simple. It's a reel. It has tape. Scotch. It says here, tones at head. And it truly seems like something adopted to create possibly a copy. This is, I would say it's most probably a personal copy for someone. I mean, I don't think this was used for cutting, but it could be. It could be. It says copy here, okay? It doesn't say original master tape. So, but at the same time, it's coming directly from what has been used to cut. This catalog number says it all. Once again, AGFA PEM 469, a little more in better condition. And what else can I say? Nothing else on the sides. That's also unindexed. I think that this was not in the archive. Otherwise, we would have had something here. But nevertheless, it was probably an important copy for someone, okay? Someone important, because you're not going to put all this detail just to hand out a copy to a producer or a famous star or somebody coming in. I don't know. Who knows? Yes, guys, I forgot to show you the certificate by Modest Mouse. There you are. Certificate of authenticity. The date. Beatles, Sgt Pepper. Master tape, 1980. And signed by Jason Burke or Isaac. It's probably him. Yes, by Modest Mouse. Sold on Reverb. There you go. Okay. Now we can proceed and possibly listen to something in the video description. Remember that. Okay, so now that we have a better idea of what we are talking about, I want to say that I'm going to put some short samples for download here below in the video description. I'm not going to play them on the video because otherwise it's really going to block the video. So you can't put Beatles music on videos in YouTube. So if you're interested, they're just short samples, but at least you can have a better idea of what is the fuss. What else? Well, I just wanted to describe a little bit my impressions while listening to these tapes. I want to immediately say that there isn't a night and day difference between the records. Clearly, I don't have a Capitol record version here, okay? I have the typical Sgt. Pepper releases, the anniversary, but that's a different mix. The CD, the mono version, etc., etc. These, as you've seen, are stereo versions made, once again, at Capitol for the US market. So I don't have a direct comparison, but in any case, it is Sgt. Pepper, so you know what it is, you know how the quality is. And also, we must underline immediately the fact that, in general, we could say records from the Beatles are not hi-fi, absolutely, especially the ones of the 60s. They had to do too much bouncing, and in general, the technology, would say, didn't allow to have a great take in the beginning. As soon as you start to process the darn thing, unfortunately, the sound degrades, and that is also why the first albums, including Sgt. Pepper, are not stellar sound. But I must admit that there is a difference. In my opinion, a clear difference. I found a little more detail. The sound was just more fresh. The imaging was more precise. The soundstage slightly more open. All slightly things appearing in my mind and brain through my ears. And I'm sure I think you're gonna also hear these differences in the captures I'm gonna put in download. I'm gonna put high-res captures of the tracks playing through my Studer, fully refurbished, Prism Lyra 2 analog to digital converter, all done by the book. And you will also make up, I think, your idea. Even though it's clearly digital, it's not like living the experience here in my studio, in my room. It's impossible. You're gonna have to trust me on this. But better than nothing, take a look and actually listen to the samples and write your comments here below. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Something else is gonna come along. If you're interested in this type of videos, please also write this in the comments. What else can I say? Music is born analog. Bye-bye! Hey there, if you are enjoying my content, please consider to subscribe. It's free, and it will help the channel tremendously. Also, don't forget to explore my prior videos. There's something for everyone. Welcome to the audiophile community.